What's the weirdest YouTube rabbit hole you've ever fallen down in your life?
Oh, there's been so many.
I don't know that these are fit for public consumption or not. I would say I fall down some wrestling rabbit holes sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably my...
What about you, Joe?
I don't know. I mean, I do random things sometimes.
Yeah, I believe that. I believe that. I think I just fell down mine recently.
What is that?
So let me tell you the story. Not too long ago, Cody sends me a list of artists to check out, right? And one of them is this guy. Some of these names, but his name is Dutchavelli. So I go to Dutchavelli and I check out this song called Bando Diaries Remix. And on this song, he's got 2 Australian guys. He's a British fella. Okay. He's got 2 Australian guys, which to me seems fine. A French guy, an Albanian guy, and a Pakistani guy. All speaking in their native tongues.
Worldwide shoppers.
Yes. And when I brought that up in my YouTube, underneath it said, top 10 French drillers. So I clicked on that, and then I clicked on the next thing, and the next thing, and before you know it, I stumble across this YouTube channel, and I just want to read off some of the names here. This drill music, right? Started in Chicago, went to the UK, came back to New York, and now apparently is quite international. And I'll give you my case in point. So I'm just going to read off. This is from this dude's channel. I'll give the dude a shout out to Surface Visuals. Indian drill versus Turkish drill. Dutch drill versus Finnish drill. Italian drill versus French drill. Spanish drill versus Portuguese drill. Brazilian drill versus Peruvian drill. Polish versus Bulgarian. Danish versus German. Swedish versus Norwegian. Irish versus Scottish. Let's see if there's any other big... Norwegian. Did I say that? Not sure. Dutch. Etc. And it's just... it's crazy to me to listen to this, and it's all the same. You know? Like, it's different, obviously, but it's like... It is like... You would think they all knew the same group of people making it. Like, it all does sound like it's
very
just...
formulaic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it all has the same vibe.
It's like a machine gun.
Yeah. But all that,
I mean,
big on that.
I'll be honest with you. You played something for us that was in French.
Yes.
I heard him say Molotov cocktail. I think is the only thing I caught. Is that a Pop Smoke beat behind him?
Just a drill beat.
Okay. Because I guess those things I picked up are the signature drill
Correct.
noises.
Yeah.
Sounds cool, but it doesn't sound any different.
I mean,
it was
it's different.
It's like dubstep. It all sounded the same to me when it was popular.
See, I don't know, because it's like in the same breath. Like, I feel like a lot of that West Coast, like it all had that. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, there is signature stuff that goes along to like subgenres of music, I guess. But like,
you have to be in the know to know.
And that was real.
Yeah,
that was real motherfucking G's. What you just did.
Right.
Yeah.
But like,
and who am I to pull that out? Wow.
I like that. You know what I like about that music? I like
what music?
The drill music.
Okay, there we go.
Is that it's hyper aggressive.
It is. I was thinking, I was like, damn, this would be great to like fucking work out to.
The drums and the vocal content is so aggressive, but the melodies are they're quite beautiful. Like, they're not like it's strings and orchestral, and it's
it's like 90s Metallica.
And honestly,
S&M.
probably with
Exactly.
Dude, first of all, fuck all that shit. Fuck every symphony rock album ever made. Ever. Fuck every single one of them ever made. I fucking hate that shit.
But now you love this shit.
Well, yeah, this is samples. It's not strings playing. I hate it. Anyway, but yeah, like dude, fuck
So
it.
specific.
I hate it so much.
Keep,
like the-
keep violins out of my Metallica.
You
then.
know
Yeah.
One November Rain?
I wouldn't put that in the same.
Yeah, because that came like
Well, you
that.
just said okay. Well,
Yeah, no, I mean,
Right.
like
It just came like
when,
that,
I
as
mean,
in-
when they
That's what
do
you
like
said.
an orchestral, like when that's the gimmick of it. Like
It's like Metallica and the Philharmonic Orchestra.
Yes,
You never
exactly.
I think
that
that'd be great
Yeah.
to see live. man.
be throwing up all over the fucking floor. Unleash the flutes on them. I have a couple of questions I want to ask you guys this week because I've figured out.
Bring the flute in. I got a flute.
Skin flute, bro.
I will tell you about it when we get there. But I think I've reached my limit in a couple things.
On what?
Cognitive ability is one
It's
of them.
COVID, right?
That's
know we're
that's
blaming
tragic
COVID
to
nowadays.
hear. It really is.
I will tell you what brought this to the forefront. But Chris, you got coffee first. Joe, how was your nerd week?
First of all, I gotta say, like every week we come in, like it's full of crafting in the basement, right? And you're like, oh, excuse this mess, and we're always like, don't excuse this mess. It's fine.
Don't excuse it.
Because like today,
It's just the way it is.
today we came in and it was fucking clean, and I'm like, this is not good because like your messiness makes me feel okay about mine. So now I feel shamed because your shit is clean and mine isn't.
You just see what my place looks like now, and you'll be fine.
Then I feel good again.
Well, you want to know why that is? And I don't want to bring the pod down. but I've been in a little slump.
So you clean?
I've been in
a diorama slump?
No, like just generally. Like
okay.
I got a black cloud brewing out there.
I know how it feels.
And I found, and I can pinpoint. There was been, like, what is it? A cold front and a warm front? I don't know. I just told you.
El Nino.
I just told you I'm not
It's
That's
smart.
literally how the weather works. Yes.
So like, I had them brewing on the coasts. I could see them, and then recently, do you need to turn it down? Yeah. Recently, that's me, I think. Recently, I had the like just like a series of. So I read this quote recently. I think I said it here, but like a good day and a bad day are decided by a series of small victories or defeats.
That's true.
Dude, that shit's been like proving itself to be very true for me recently. So I had a series of defeats in a 24-hour period. I've worked go ahead.
Did you call your podiatrist
I did not.
about defeats?
Got him.
Off
Wasn't
the
me
cuff.
this time.
Off the cuff.
I worked a very long shift, and then I got a call from my supervisor that said it's your holdover day, and we need people, so we're holding you over for an additional 12 hours
Ooh. Yikes.
for my weekend. So that was Saturday, and I had big plans because my wife is in this Parkinson's class. Not that she has Parkinson's with Shaken Baby, but that she's in a class to learn how to treat people with Parkinson's. And I was like, I had this, like, she was going to be in class, like, and it was a weekend. So, like, I was just like, man, I'm going to get so ahead. Like, I'm just going to grind out Saturday and Sunday and be so fucking ahead. And then I get hit with this 12-hour thing, which was already on top of the storm clouds brewing, right? So I was like, oh, shit, I should have just never fucked with it. Let me see. Check. So anyway, I was just like, I had a hard time anyway recovering from it. Is that right? That doesn't feel like it's right. Hold on one second. And it like, it reminded me of this rap battle. You ever seen where this white guy battles this really fat guy? And he's like, if you sat next to me on an airplane, it wouldn't ruin my flight. It wouldn't ruin my night. It would ruin my life. It's like, is how I felt when I got this news. It didn't set the dominoes up, but it pushed the dominoes over. And then I've just had a hard time coming back from it. So I haven't been motivated to do anything, which is why the basement has not been it. Because I was going to start cutting this last. I got one last Mortal Kombat diorama to do, and but I just I'm in a funk, and I'm working on me. I'm working on getting out of it. I'm looking forward to the series of victories. But
And then you got a clean basement. That's a
yeah. But I really think that's from 300. Like I just think I haven't.
You haven't
I
okay,
just
fuck with
haven't
this
fucked-
since during it.
or I did, but I was able to keep it relatively clean as I was doing. Like so we'll see. Anyway, yes, but yes, you walked into a clean basement, lucky dog.
Now I gotta fucking do something on my mind.
Yeah,
We did the Mortal Kombat commentary, Mortal Kombat 1995.
that's in my notes as well.
Hella fun.
Yeah, and we're gonna do Annihilation and the new one, and maybe Legacy as well.
Oh yes, okay.
You know, but yeah, that was like one thing we learned about it. Spoilers, it'll be on Patreon, but that movie could have also been called, as opposed to Mortal Kombat, it could have been called People with Glorious Hair.
Dude, until you pointed it out, I never fucking noticed.
Leave it to the bald guy.
It's the hair person and the fucking candle lighting person and that goddamn movie should get an award.
Yeah, the candle lighting person deserved a raise.
Bro, I bet you it was an unpaid intern though.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Started and finished Jujutsu Kaisen. That's like the new hotness of this season of anime. 24 episodes. It's good. It's very interesting. But it's yet to be seen whether it is overhyped or not. Like it's really good so far, but it's like anime people tend to have a thing where they like get super into a new thing, and it's like I always said, things can be good and overrated at the same time. Mm-hmm. So like, there's only 24 episodes, which in the greater scheme of things is not that much for this type of anime. So I'm looking forward to seeing a new season.
I was sent this by a buddy of mine who is also a big drill fan, and it's this manga guy here, right? You know what I mean? You see him?
Yep.
And they were like, dude, why is this dude dropping rakes?
That's funny. Gangsters around the world.
About everywhere.
Yeah.
Watch Star Wars 1 through 3.
Wow.
Episode 1 through 3. Well, there was a watch party and like in the middle of the night on one of our streamer friends' Discord, and we ended up catching half of the first one. And Chris was like, "I don't remember any of this," because we watched all of like the entirety of what was out 1 through 6 wise before 7 came out on our flight to or from Japan, because there was enough time. So she only watched it once and like under duress.
Right.
So like she doesn't remember much. So we watched 1 through 3, and two things.
Sand.
I like how it's just 2.
It gets everywhere.
It's not as bad as it's fun to make fun of it.
I agree.
Like it's really not that bad.
I agree.
And 2 is like, the more Star Wars I watch, the like more I don't care about Anakin, and I don't understand why people like him. It's the same thing with me and Joker and any of the like high profile villains. Like I don't understand. And also, like, it's 100%. Well, not 100%. It's definitely part of Padme's fault. The way shit went down, the way it did.
So like, okay, I don't want to jump ahead. Let's. Do you want to dig into the Anakin thing at all? So I can't. I could, obviously, like, what does it for one won't do it for another, and so on and so forth. But like, for me, what does it for me about Anakin is this dude that wanted. Like, he wanted what he had with his mother in a very shitty situation was enough for him. And he was taken out of that and given, quote unquote, the world, but he never got what he always had as a kid that he actually did cherish. Right? Because he's in a institution.
He just made a series of really bad choices.
Well, he did that too.
Like, I mean, he could have gone off with Padme. Like, even whatchamacall, Obi-Wan once said, like, if Satine, if you would have asked me to leave, I would have left.
Right.
Padme at one point was like, let's just fucking go.
So I kind of view...
He wanted power. He was always power hungry.
Yeah.
He always was like, they should give me more than what they gave me. Always.
That's
like,
and I think that was Palpatine in his ear the whole time. But I think Palpatine made him into what he was. Palpatine did exactly what... Everything went according to plan. He was just an unfortunate cog in the system.
The Sith machine.
In the Sith machine.
Oh, that's a good.
Chung, 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 chung. That'd be a good drill song. Sith machine.
But like, even when he found out, like, Palpatine was the Sith Lord, like, he did all the wrong. Well, he didn't do all the wrong moves after that. He went to Mace and told him, but like he made all the bad choices.
Mace made a really bad choice.
Bad
with
boys.
P. Diddy?
Taking his
Take that.
A bad. He took the only 3 guys that were available. That was a really bad choice.
Yeah, I'm not doing
those
anything.
Let
me finish this apple. We can go.
They're all somebody though, because like when I was deep into that's a rabbit hole I ran into.
I know
into Star Wars rabbit hole.
There's somebody that you used to know.
I know they are, but they just don't seem like it.
No, not at all.
But I think that like so here's the thing is like he's thrust into this situation that's supposed to be a positive for him, and he has to come up in it, and the whole time everybody is telling him that he is Michael Jordan, but he doesn't feel like anybody is letting him be Michael Jordan. So he begins to get frustrated, and he's frustrated on 2 fronts, right? Because he's longing for the connectivity that he had,
which he has with Padme.
Not always. You got 4 years of life with nothing. Before he even sees Padme again, and even when he sees Padme, there's a courtship of sorts, right? And then, like on the other front, he's frustrated with not being able. So, like, he can't have the thing he wanted, which was connectivity. And then on the other hand, he can't even be the thing that he thinks he's supposed to be. That he has to sacrifice the connectivity for. And I think it was just like a perfect storm for him. I agree that he makes bad choices. But he's flawed.
Like even he understands. Like in the same movie or timeline, he would be like, "I am," and he would list his flaws. And then the next scene or the scene before, he'd be like, "They should let me be more." But I'm like, you just said why you can't be more.
Yeah,
like, you know why.
He's also like 19 around the time, like.
Yeah, but like it's like
I'm
the
sure
Jedi was right not to take fucking kids with connections because this is what happened.
I'm sure.
So it's also Qui-Gon's fault. It's a lot of people's fault that led to Darth Vader.
Well, yeah, no, I agree with that. I agree with that for sure. And I mean, Gary's point of view is that the biggest mistake ever made was Qui-Gon not killing Watto and taking the mother on the moon.
They couldn't train Anakin at that point. You can't be a Jedi and have attachment. But yes,
it's more for the joke of it, I think. But he was like, the moment he was like, "Well, I want to take my mom." I'm like, "Well, yeah, of course she's going. We're going on this fucking spaceship, kid. You think I'm going to take you without your mother? I'm going to kill the fucking bug.
Yes.
I'll put you on a spaceship. We're going to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Or just take her. I mean, who's going to stop you?
Yeah, that was no reason.
What are these rules you're following?
Yeah, it's like it's okay. Slavery is okay, but we have to do this pod race.
Well, that was a big Lucas trope for 1, 2, 3 was creating rules for his story to work out right. Like the way that Watto has to respect certain gambling rules, the way that he, like all the little tiny rules, the high ground. Whatever thing,
the high ground. Like, don't try it.
Don't. You better not.
And like, how did he catch on fire but then stop being on fire though?
Yeah, well,
he was slipping down, and he was slipped down so far that he was on fire, and then like he stopped being on fire.
The midichlorians.
Oh,
yeah, and I mean,
they're little firefighters. They just take a few minutes to activate.
They all get out their little hats.
Yeah.
I think that and I'm just playing devil's advocate, but like that's one of those things where like I'm kind of in for the drama of it. So like he catches on fire, like I'm cool. I'm good.
Like that's nitpicking, but sometimes some things are just stand out jarring. And like the no at the end really fucked me up.
But I mean, like it burns off his hair, it burns off his flesh, it burns off his clothes, you know what I mean?
And
like
didn't blind him though somehow.
Yes. That's more of an issue. Like, but like in that it didn't cook him. You know what I mean? Literally cook him from the inside. Is that like there's only so much that's on you that's gonna burn, and when that lights off and eventually goes out, like that's gonna be, you know what I mean? It's not like your muscles are just gonna sustain, burning. But to me, it's just for the drama. I'm good for the drama.
Yeah, but despite all the nitpick and like problems I have, but like I said, I was entertained. It's not bad.
Fix that problem.
So here's a question. The technology was there. If his body was that badly damaged, I mean, Grievous he has
a hacking cough, bro. He couldn't get the shit under control.
Understand that.
And he had like a hunchback for some reason in his robot body.
I'll be honest with you, I hate that design.
Really?
I like the actual design, but like the character.
I like the face. I like the mask face.
You don't like the spider legs?
I don't like the spider legs. I don't like the hunch over. I like his voice. I like his voice.
Like the lightsaber spinning.
But like I'm particular about voices. Like we were talking about in Mortal Kombat when Shao Kahn pops up and he hits the typical Hollywood devil voice.
Yes,
I will take you to the outer world.
Yes,
like I hate that shit. It's the same thing that the fucking orc has in Lord of the Rings, the albino orc.
Yes,
and
well that makes a little more sense.
The devil in the Golden Child has the same voice. Yeah. So two things you said. One is that Anakin, you couldn't get into Anakin, and then we were going to stop there and then move on to the second one. What was the second, or did we already do the second one?
That Padme is like partly Padme's fault.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like she made mostly really good choices all her life, except for when it comes to him. Also, like he's really creepy. What Krista like pointed out, it's like why is she digging this guy? He is hashtag me too. He's always like coming on to her and touching her and saying shit to her. And she's like,
not as beautiful as you are, Padme.
She was like, I'm uncomfortable. Don't look at me like that. He's like, why? That makes him look uncomfortable. I'm like, that's creepy.
Yeah.
And then like with the sand, after he said the sand is coarse, not like here smooth, and he goes to touch her back, and I was like, I skeezed out. Yeah. Dude, I cringe. I'm like, oh, don't touch people like that, bro.
But here's the thing, John Gotti was on the top 10 sexiest men of the year one time.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not necessarily they weren't going to choose between him and Chris Hemsworth, for instance, for Thor. You know what I mean?
Right.
But power is attractive.
It was a behavior thing.
No, for him, I understand.
It's not like a celebrity.
I'm just saying why she might be attracted to him.
She likes fruit that floats.
It's Jordan.
Fruit by the float.
I'm a big advocate of that one. That to bring Gary up again. That argument that he has is like we should have seen a lot more of that natural talent of him. Like he often points to that scene,
Clone Wars,
where they shoot. Yeah, that's fair. Where they shoot the battle droids, maybe somebody shoot. No, it wasn't. I don't know. Somebody shoots at him, and like he's like doing something else, and he just throws the lightsaber behind his back to deflect the bolt, and then continues like more stuff like
Mustafar.
that, where it's just instinctual. It's just like you can't help it. It's like reflex. Like I'm just this good. I don't try it. I don't try to be.
Still lost to Obi-Wan, which isn't the greatest of fighters.
No, it's like.
I mean, he's good. He's a Jedi Master for sure.
Yeah, and I mean, like,
do you think he would have helped if he went into Palpatine's office? I'm sorry, I didn't mean for this to turn into a Star Wars.
No, that's good
podcast.
We take it where it goes. Sometimes it's got.
I know you don't even like Star Wars anymore.
It's May the 4th.
It is May.
It is. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh, we started watching that without even realizing it.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Dude, Force works in mysterious ways.
It's true.
But it's okay to talk about Star Wars then.
Yeah.
But I think we're gonna go on. We're gonna do Rogue One. I think we're gonna skip Solo because we watched it recently. But we watched Rogue One in the theater, and that was when it came out. So we're gonna probably do Rogue One.
That's so good.
I love it, man.
And then 4, 5, 6, and then that's the end of Star Wars.
How do you feel about Rogue One? Do you like? I can't remember your.
I loved it.
I do like.
I thought it was great. I mean, it's not perfect, but loved it.
Yeah, I do find like I will say that surprises me a bit.
Why?
Because like I feel like we've talked like more in the last couple years like about your opinions of live action movies like generally, and like getting a feel for it, and like it doesn't necessarily line up for me with like cause it's like a war movie.
But it's not. I don't like real war.
No, I understand that. I'm just saying, but that's a component of it. Yeah. It's a bummer. Like it's a tragedy. Like, and all of the characters are kind of shitty in their own way, with the exception of Baze and Chirrut. Like
thank you. Thanks for throwing me that bone there.
Yeah, you're welcome. Their credit.
But mostly people either had like the comeuppance or a reasonable redemption.
Yeah,
and actually. I don't have a problem with bummer movie. I tend not to get into them because I get in my feels. I don't like to be in my feels, but a lot of things I love are bummers.
I got you. And I'm definitely not trying to sway your opinion.
Yeah, no. I like action movies. I just don't like historic war movies.
I know you like
historic
action
war movies.
There's no doubt that you like action movies.
Sci-fi war movies are great, like Starship Trooper.
Sure.
Would you like to know more?
No.
No, okay.
I'm good. What, do you have some fan fiction on Tumblr I need to read?
Oh, please.
Oh, God. But I am looking forward to, whatever new Star Wars shows they have. The shows has been hitting more for me than the movies.
Yeah.
In general, Marvel and and Star Wars wise with Disney. Like all the shows I've watched has been fucking great. Clone Wars is fucking great, but I'm worried about Bad Batch because of what Bobby said.
I think the shows is more of an, how do I say this? It's more of an intimate storytelling than, they don't have to be, because we're not doing. It's not like so like we'll just take WandaVision. Yeah, there's a lot going on there at the end. But there's not 12 Avengers that they're cutting to and panning to. Yes, all the girls are gonna. It's just you're focusing on this, two main characters or whatever. There's I think you get more storytelling and character development that way.
I think there's definitely room for it.
Yeah,
I mean it gives like the story itself room to breathe too, because like after Clone Wars I understand, or like I'm more okay with Anakin and Padme's romantic relationship. Because before it was like movie 2 and then movie 3 and then like why?
Yeah.
But like you got all of Clone Wars to see that they've been like having this like secret relationship the whole time.
Clone Wars fixes the prequels. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, maybe that's part. It's tinted now. Like I'm watching it again after I watched Clone Wars, so everything makes more sense. Like at the end, I understand what Yoda's saying. Like, I know about Force Ghosts now. You go train to like
right.
And then after watching Rebels, like you understand when. Obi-Wan wanted to change the message to a warning.
Yeah.
Oh, that's where Kanan got that from.
Yeah.
Yep. But yeah, I love that show. More Mandalorian, Ahsoka, please. Obi-Wan, please.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Obi-Wan. I'm curious for Ahsoka. I could take or leave Mandalorian.
Yeah, it ended in a good place.
Yeah,
it could be more, but it ended in a good place.
And I'm going to Bad Batch dropped today, right?
So does it?
Yeah,
I have no idea.
So
I watched it.
So you watched it already?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm going to watch it tonight. I think after dinner. But yeah, I'm looking forward to Bad Batch either way. I mean, because I do love the Clone Wars. I do think the Clone Wars is one of the best things.
Happened to Star Wars.
Yeah.
But like, I think Chris agrees with me that like we don't need 7, 8, 9. Because of 9, like, and she's not picky with movies at all.
Right.
At all. She's just in it for the fun, and she did not. She was like 9 is a fanfic. I'm like, that's what it feels like.
So to me, 7 and 8 is an epilogue. That's how I view it now. Like,
but like 8 doesn't end.
But it kind of does. It kind of does. Like,
I have to give it a chance and watch it again and
like,
give it the mindset.
It doesn't, but it like I'm good with it. Like I'm good. I'm good with saying like okay, and then the world continues. Like you know what I mean? Like it's because it's like
when those endings where like it just blacks out or like fades off.
Because it's like the theoretical ending of the Skywalker line.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. It's like that's how I view it now. 1 through 6, 7 and 8 as an epilogue, and then some fun stuff around it.
Well, and hopefully the Knights of the Old Republic stuff will be good.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Shout out to Box 007, which is Adam T from this show, came by Twitch and dropped a 6-month sub.
Nice.
Like usually it's a month by month thing. He
Right.
just dropped a 6-month sub. Like,
Wow.
much appreciate. Thank you everybody for coming by. And because of watching Star Wars, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
How much are you willing to do to save? I guess your wife. I assume your wife's probably, or your kids are probably the most important people in your lives.
No.
Like how?
It's you,
no?
Joe.
My wife is.
It's
Your wife.
It's
It's
you, Joe.
a wife or kids.
Yeah.
It's
you.
Shit.
I always like
It's Esteban, actually.
if I ever
Save Esteban. Protect him at all costs.
But I do wish that like I do wish that there was something different about this table. Like it wasn't a square.
Oh, you want like a round table?
Yeah, maybe or like
Triforce table? We can make this. We can make anything.
No, he can make anything.
not with 4 corners like a square or 3 sides like a triangle, but. But like only
You
because
want a stop sign table?
No, because I'll tell you why.
Stop sign pizza at school was great.
I'm just going.
Dude.
I don't think I ever had that.
It's called Fiestada.
Dude, Alabama was very cultural, man.
They were.
The more I learn about
Let me
it,
tell you.
because of the angles, like I gotta like talk to you, or then I gotta like talk to you, or I gotta like kind of sit in the center and like
Stare
and use my peripherals.
It's easy for me,
but
because I got these eyes.
Yeah, look. We're so I got the Zack Snyder that ratio.
It took me a minute, Bobby, but honk your horn. That was good. Bobby only sees in 4:30. Joe sees in 16:9.
So anyway, but I miss shit all the time. Like when I go back and listen for the notes, and I'm like, "Fuck, I didn't miss it because I'm talking over here and I'm missing
comments."
So I'm glad I caught that one.
But yes, like, are you willing to kill kids to save your wife?
My kids or
no, other people's kids.
You need to.
You got to have some context.
I need
around.
Well, Anakin killed a bunch of kids to like his end goal was to save his wife. Really, and everything he did for Palpatine supposedly is to save Padme.
Yeah.
So he was okay with going to killing a bunch of kids.
Yeah, no. Especially under those circumstances where it's just a vision, I certainly wouldn't kill innocent children.
I mean, assuming he's taking it as 100% believed it. So if you 100% believe that if you killed this fucking group of kindergartners, you will save your wife.
But that's not exactly what he thought. Like what he
well, it's
what
part
he,
of
what he
it.
thought was
Well,
the
he's
Jedi.
more.
What he
It's more.
What he
He's
thought
killing
was the Jedi have to go.
Well, and it wasn't that it was just kids. It was kids
Everybody.
that are the future. No, well, it was the kids that are the future of this
order that has to go.
Yeah.
Well, it goes back to
it's literally genocide.
Casualties of war.
I mean, that's worse than just killing kids. It's genocide.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah.
So I'm like lightening it the load by saying just kill this one class of kindergartners and you'll save your wife.
So no,
you wouldn't.
No, because I
mean, I wouldn't either.
Especially under those circumstances where it's not certain.
Well, like I said, like pretending it is. Assuming that if you do, then statement,
but you can't pretend certainty.
Well, he thinks he was certain,
but he was pretending certainty. He was assuming certainty because of the visions.
You think he was lying to himself?
Well, no, but I mean, hard to see the future is constantly changing. Like Yoda says this,
but he doesn't listen to nobody though.
Correct. So what I'm saying is
except for Palpatine.
He's right. So he's acting off of an assumption. So like I especially wouldn't do anything heinous off of an assumption. I'd be like, you know what? Let's try to pull through on this. Look, pack your bags. No time to talk. Pack your bags. I heard of these people. They can deliver your baby, but they the whole time. And they're very good at it.
It's very soothing. Very soothing.
And they have little shovels for hands.
Dude, I never noticed that till I watched it last night. They were like scoops. They just scoop the baby out.
We don't know what their biology's like. This was a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. They could have developed different organs.
Yeah. But yeah, no, not under those circumstances.
And I'm definitely not saying that on tape. Just letting you know.
No, I wouldn't. Like it's like he's irrational, but that to me goes back to like, he lost it all once and he can't fathom the idea of losing it all again.
Now, if there's a child or anyone running around my house with a machete chopping at people,
oh yeah, that's the fair game.
That's obviously different.
No, it's just not a Star Wars thing. It's been like because I'll be watching a lot of movies lately, right? Just short movies, and that seems to be a lot of time a trope where a character, possibly a villain, is willing to do some heinous shit to save somebody,
right?
And I'm trying to think. Like, you never know how you feel about something unless you are in the situation.
Yeah.
But like in my head, like I can't imagine saying like destroy the world for this one other person.
In Joe's head. In Joe's head.
Cranberries. Oh, R.P. Rip, bro. That lady is dead.
You ever heard the cover of that by the Wolves?
Yellow Wolf?
No, not Yellow Wolf.
He got a new album,
which is very good. Yeah.
It's great.
He's put out a project every week this
shit.
month. And
hit or miss.
It's hit or miss, but his album is by far the best. I've listened to it several times.
I like the one he did with Juicy J or Paul, DJ Paul.
DJ Paul.
I like that one better than the one he did with DJ Muggs, but I listened to both.
And then he did one with Riff Raff,
which was
entertaining. It was entertaining.
So Riff Raff did a music video in Jessup.
Oh wow!
Yeah, you can watch it at the
corner
at the corner of Guilford Road.
Oh,
at the
that's my road.
Woody's.
Guilford is my road.
Woody's, the bar, at Guilford Road and the Boulevard. It's right there. It's so crazy.
My favorite Riff Raff thing is he had I don't know he had the grills that were like sharp teeth, and he said, "My main goal is to blow up, then act like I don't know nobody." I've just always thought that was hilarious. He's made a career out of being Riff Raff, so good for him. But $1 million mullet is the track off that album. Then
perfect.
It's popping.
Perfect. But I do like that Mudmouth record a lot.
Yeah, I do too. I've enjoyed it.
And I thought you'd be happy to hear that I liked the DJ Paul one better than the DJ Muggs.
The DJ Muggs is a very DJ Muggs record.
It's almost DJ Muggs without the secret ingredient or something. Like it seems like DJ Muggs at 40 maybe.
Maybe what it is.
Yeah. Anyway.
another question come up for you guys because of Twitch, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about people jerking off to you? Do you want to know? Do you not want to know? If you didn't know, how do you feel about it?
I want to know.
I don't. No, you can keep the mirror up. I don't need to see who's watching in the booth.
I want to know.
But in the buddy booth?
Yeah.
Don't peek in the hole. Don't put your eye in the hole, bro. That's not what that's for.
You can peek at me. I'll peek at you.
Not through the hole, bro.
I have a reference to that in my Nerd League, actually. Buddy booths.
Because we're saying, like, it's really normal to jerk off to somebody you know in real life, whether they're, like, really attractive or not, because it's just somebody you know. I don't know. Maybe it's me. As a dude, I jerk off to everybody. Just, like, I've jerked off to classmates, like, girl I passed by on the street, like, fucking coworkers, fucking teachers.
I would say that's very rare for me now.
Yeah, now, like when I was younger.
Yeah, when you were younger, yeah.
Oh, you see one face, I'm like, oh, you look kind of good. Let me store that shit.
I'd be like, man, I got one girl left in this class, and I can move on to geometry.
Bobby's got his yearbook putting X's through.
So I feel like I was telling the chat that, like, look, it's okay it's normal. Don't tell them because people don't want to know that shit.
If they're young people.
Not young, like 20s.
Oh, yeah.
That's like adults.
So
our chat is adult only, 18 plus.
So you got the dichotomy of that fucked up. So, yes, I want to know. However, no, you shouldn't feel comfortable telling people.
Yes, you shouldn't tell,
especially in the chat,
and also especially girls, right?
And I don't want to know because like I want to keep tabs, like you know, like
you want to know for the funsies.
I want to know for the funsies. You know what I mean? Like, dude, like I'm guessing in my head, I'm like, man, that dude's standards are crazy.
I guess if you're homophobic, though, that would like
right. So that's what I'm saying. I won't want to know because of homophobia. I want to know because I'm like, man, this dude, like he could, like you know, like he could pick something better. Like do better.
Wouldn't you be flattered?
Yeah,
I'm like, bro,
I
go
would,
for it. Jerk off.
I would be, but I'm like, man, believe in yourself. You could be anything.
But like, I mean, I feel like because someone told me that they do, I'm like, that's fine. I'm not offended or anything. I'm not homophobic.
Right.
Go for it.
Right.
But like, I can only imagine what girls go through, like going through life knowing that like at least half the people they walk by is jerked off to them at some point.
Dude,
that's gotta be weird.
If I got a lot, like if the DMs blew up, OnlyFans.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I mean, they're dude OnlyFans.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
whoa! I
don't mean to say it like that.
You seem like experience. Yeah, I know.
But I'm aware, I should say. So yeah, I mean, like, but I don't think that people should go because you could, like, you know, especially today, like, you know, like you can offend the shit out of somebody, you know, like you offend the shit out of them, like they don't know how to act. So you know, like. That's
I mean, it's creepy though.
Of course, but like, you know what? Creepy.
It's normal. It's normal and creepy at the same time.
Correct.
So, normal to be privacy of your own.
So like, here's how I feel about a lot of that shit, and not just with that, but anything, right? Like generally, right? So like, I say something creepy to you,
like meet me at the buddy booth.
Yeah. So I say something creepy to you, right? Like I'm like, dude, I'll you know, we've become pretty close. I don't want anything to be weird, but if it was like a buddy booth that we could meet at. You know, but like
it's a shared activity, right? That's all it is,
right? But there's also some anonymity to it. So like, if
anonymity shared activity,
it's anonymity shared activity. Let me see me, and you can see me. But do that, and then if that's creepy, which it is, then you should also be able to say, dude, that's some creepy shit. Don't ever fucking say anything like that to me. And then that should be able to be the end of it. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, that's how I feel about life. Like, but instead of like, like running around, like, can you believe this?
But at the same time, it's not it isn't like somebody's like, hey Joe, I just want to let you know I jacked off to you last night. I mean, people are saying this in your chat. Is that where this is coming from?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And then we go into discussions a lot when a topic comes up, and then
gotcha.
Yeah. So like, I never thought about it because I never just like the three of us at the table. I don't think one of us like assumes people are male or female are masturbating to us. We're
right.
not we're not superheroes. We're not fucking.
I'm assuming, but see, I don't assume it because of that. I don't assume it because of that. Because I've known, like, I don't think women operate that way generally.
Yeah,
like that's been my experience, right?
Nothing to do with women.
But like, I also don't think that most women are lusty that way. Like I feel like when I've talked to women about
you're stuck on women here, bro.
Well, yeah.
There's a men or women.
Sorry.
I know.
That's just
but he's being very specific in your answer.
That's just my vibe, bro.
I get that. I share that vibe. But if we're speaking globally here.
Now I got to choose between two titles.
So far.
No, but what I mean is that, like, let me just finish that and then I'll get to the other. Like, I feel like with women, oftentimes it's like very like it's almost like a checklist. Like, oh, I'm feeling a little tight. I'm gonna loosen. You know what I mean? To pop that off and then keep it moving.
That's pretty. I think that's a broad statement.
Yeah,
I think. See, because it's a girl, broad statement. But also,
well, I'm speaking in generalities.
Right. I understand that. But that's a wide paintbrush you got. It was about 4 inches. So what your dry brush
it's been my experience in conversation because I'm not afraid to bring up these type of conversations.
Yeah.
Like,
Lord knows.
Yeah.
Lord knows.
So I tap the well, to get a vibe. But like, as far as
just don't tap the feet at the public bathroom.
See, as far as dudes, I do assume that dudes hold more importance upon physical aesthetics, right? So therefore, I would find it surprising that I would be in the pot when you could go to the more whatever, whether it be a little what's it gonna be? The old man, skinny boy, or this? Like
who you calling old man?
Oh, I wasn't pointing.
He's not skinny.
I wasn't talking about either one of you. But anyway. So like, I don't know.
I mean, so if I'm saying, for me, it was surprising because I never thought about that. It was never a thought that came across my mind that someone was.
So they said it in the chat.
Yeah.
Did you say thanks?
Yes.
Thanks.
Yeah, thanks. I was flattered. I wasn't offended at all. I'm like, wow, somebody thought about me that way.
Right. Just hit the tip button when you're finished and just don't mail me anything weird.
Yeah, I mean,
we have a P.O. box.
Yeah, but
it's gonna get weird.
Oh, I mean, I've gotten some crop tops that I have to wear on stream.
Send you some voice memos and shit. I'll let you watch me eat Cheetos in the bed.
What?
That's horrifying. I don't.
My OnlyFans is gonna be lit.
What are y'all's feelings about eating in bed? Like something like a cracker or like some Cheetos.
So I'm generally against that. Yeah. However, like a pizza in bed is a vibe sometimes.
That's wild.
The pizza in bed is a vibe, and I'll tell you what else. Ice cream in bed is a vibe.
Well, it's different for us because we have like 2 beds. We have the sleeping bed upstairs, and you've been to my house. You've seen the nest in front of the TV.
Yes.
So like that is like a bed,
right?
But we eat there.
Right.
Well, I mean,
but it's easy to clean up. Like on my mattress where I sleep, though, dude, not since I was a child. When I thought it was okay to roll over onto some crumbs and that's fucking disgusting.
Dude, I'll tell you, I
was a gross kid, man.
I actually have like a bit of a complex about it because like I had this weird thing with Laura sometimes where I'm like, every time I feel like I tell you I love something, you never want to do it again. Like I'm like so like one time like we were at a Tool concert in Virginia, and
I know the vibes.
I might have been there too.
A lot of angst in the building, probably.
And we were in at a hotel room, the lavish Red Roof. You might have heard of it. And
Red Roof Inn.
Red Roof Inn. Second floor.
Oh boy.
Actually, I think it was the first floor, but it's just funnier that way. But anyway, so like her sister was there too.
Hey,
and I was like, but we were talking and talking about like enjoying each other and things like that. Like my wife and I, like for so long or whatever. And I was like, I got to tell you, I was like, my favorite thing in the world is Sunday night. We used to like order pizza, like put on like the Fox cartoon lineup and like Simpsons, Family Guy, and like eat pizza, watch cartoons, and laugh.
That's good times.
And I was like in bed, and it was like I was like I get to have my favorite thing in life once a week. We never did it again. We never did it again. We haven't done it since.
Subconscious or
dude,
on purpose?
it's I don't know, but I mean I've brought it to our attention recently because there's been a couple things where I've been like, look, and I just said this, and we haven't done it since. Like I'm getting a complex about it.
Wow.
Yeah. So like so to food in bed. I mean, that's some of my favorite moments ever is pizza in bed.
Well, there you go.
And ice cream. I do like a summer night, like with a movie on, laying in bed with a bowl of ice cream. Like, I can't do it because if I even write ice cream on a piece of paper, I gain 6 pounds. But
Halo Top, bro.
But it's
that's not ice cream.
No, depends on the flavor.
Yeah,
some
like
of the red velvet. The red velvet is a good. The fucking butter pecan is awful. I hate wasting food. I took 1 spoonful of that and threw it away.
There's some LaCroix quality flavors in there.
Oh yeah.
They're
Fuck
just
LaCroix.
No, I'm just saying some of it's just like
it's like this is
like,
awful.
It's like a bad slush puppy.
It's like if I close my eyes, think real hard, it might smell a little bit like the flavor that's trying to tell me that it is.
Right. I had to light a chocolate candle to get this thing down. The vibes just weren't right, Bobby?
Dude, you got to curate the vibe.
You just got to find the right flavors.
Curate the vibe, dude. Bro, our nerd, what do we say? Our nerd lifestyle podcast.
And lastly, we're starting a D&D game with some of our Twitch friends.
A D&D game with the Twitch friends now, huh? The ones that are jerking off to you, now you're going to do a D&D game with them?
You got to show them your wizard sleeve?
Dick and dick.
But this online program that's easy
D&D
to use.
Stand for?
Dungeons and Dragons?
You sure?
Dicks and Dungeons? Dungeons and Dicks.
Dude. What about Dicks and Dragons?
Dicks.
I'm sure there's some fan fiction on Tumblr for that.
Dude.
I'm sure there is.
Oh, that's Game of Thrones.
Yeah, Dicks and Dragon. Bruh.
Cool.
Nailed it. Already done.
Just out of curiosity, of all the RPGs that are out there, why are you going with classic D&D and not something else?
I mean,
I don't know. I know there's a ton of
you've done
stuff.
D&D for years.
Yeah, on and off. I've done RPGs for years. I've done Rifts or like anything of the...
Rifts, Gifts.
Smiths.
Biff.
Biff, the guy from
Time Traveling
Future.
What about a Back to the Future RPG?
There's probably one. There's RPGs of Ninja Turtles RPG.
Would you fuck your mom? Would you go back in time and fuck your mom?
No. I fuck my cousin, though.
No, I'm not saying.
I definitely fuck my cousin.
Focus, Joe.
I fuck my cousin now.
In the Back to the Future...
She's hot.
In the Back to the Future game, if you were playing the RPG, would you go when you're back in time? Yeah, have you seen Back to the Future?
Yes, I have seen.
You know he goes back. He goes back.
But he doesn't fuck his mom. His mom wants to fuck him.
I'm saying.
Except for Fry in Futurama, who became his own grandfather.
Would you
give in
as your character in the game, fuck your own mom when you went back in time?
I don't think I could.
I couldn't either.
I want the dungeon master to write that shit.
Yeah, but bitch, I know how you turn out.
But yeah,
mine's personal. It's not because of the situation. It's because I got beef with her.
So it's a spite fuck?
No, it's a lack of.
Okay.
Spite lack of fuck.
But yeah, that's an online program where like everyone logs into and you can like see the map and stuff. So you don't need to. It's a virtual tabletop.
Okay. All right.
But it inspired me to pick up the pencil again to draw some after years, and I was having a pretty good time. In general, I don't like what I do. Mm-hmm. But like it's a real talent you got.
I could see the guy doing this as you're picking what color his costume.
Yes,
he's getting ready to fight.
I will commission you for an art piece.
What you're an artist.
But
you do actual art.
I want you. So no, I don't. I want you.
You sell art.
No, I sell drawings.
Drawings.
I would commission you for a drawing. Joe Pesci and Robert De Niro from Casino.
But as anime characters? No?
Whatever style he wants.
Okay.
And put in my movie room. I swear to God, I'd put it right in there. You had to sign it, though. And Sharon Stone, too.
I draw a vagina.
I don't want just Sharon Stone's vagina hanging on my wall.
You don't want just the upskirt shot.
I don't want any vaginas.
You don't want those orchid paintings or whatever? Who's that person that does all the orchids?
Was it Virginia?
It is Virginia.
Virginia Woolf? It's not Woolf.
Yeah, Woolf, isn't it?
Well, that's author. Who's afraid of Virginia Woolf?
Yeah.
Dick Wolf now.
I don't know. You ever seen one of the things up close?
Dick Wolf.
Not for me.
You ever seen The Predator with his mask on?
All right. This shit's getting out of control.
Want some candy?
I can see why. I can see why some people would want to turn the same sex. I've heard that, like gay dudes like finding vaginas disgusting. I'm like, I can understand.
I mean, I can understand either. You know what I mean? Like, so like dicks are gross. I'd be like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Balls especially are gross.
Mm-hmm.
Balls are weird, man.
Balls are funny.
The sack of fucking fleshy things.
Balls are funny.
But anyway, so like Krista saw that I was really interested, and she just fucking ordered a iPad drawing tablet. She just dropped a bunch of money. So that's so also why we don't do gifts, because shit like this happens.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool, man. You gotta get that pencil.
And well, the pencil is $100 apparently.
Yeah.
The tablet is like $1,000 or some shit like that.
Yeah.
But like
getting a pro then.
Yeah,
I assume so. And so, but like the crazy thing is, she ordered it yesterday after I messaged you guys, which was in the afternoon, and the pen came already.
Penso.
I wasn't sure what to call it.
Yeah,
it came within like an hour. I'm like, what? This is not real life.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But anyway, so I'll be coming over for lessons.
Yeah.
With Bobby. You should. You did some videos with your drawings before.
If people wanted it, I would do it. I'm no expert. But I mean, I know enough to not get hurt, kind of.
You know enough to like finish pieces and sell them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I'm happy. I'm happy to show you. I enjoy. You know what? I don't get to do a whole lot that I super enjoy doing.
What's that?
Teaching.
Yeah,
I love it. I love it. I love it.
It's weird because
I get to do it at work, and that's about it.
I feel like I would have assumed, right, without you ever saying that, I would assume you don't like teaching because, like, you're not the most patient person, and I feel like you would get frustrated.
But I think I'm good at it. Like, I went to school to be one, you know? But, like, I think I'm good at it, and I like that moment when you can see in somebody's eyes that they get it.
But what if they don't, ever? That's the problem.
I haven't had that problem, man.
Oh, because you're that good.
So
what you wanted to be was Michelle Pfeiffer from Dangerous Minds. You want to go to the inner city, teach these kids.
You want to sit in the chair, AC Slater style, tell them what's what.
It would depend on the salary, probably. Because these kids now like beating the teachers up and shit. I don't want to have to get in a fisticuffs and end up on fucking.
Well, let's answer this question.
World Star.
How much money annually do you need to be able to
go teach
be a teacher in a situation where you're probably going to get hands put on you? And Bobby, you get hands put on you the first day. Let's be honest.
Probably.
There's no doubt about that.
Probably around 80.
Oh, okay. You get summers off.
Yeah, but I enjoy seeing that moment. It's like a dopamine drip for me. Like when you can see somebody's like, oh, like, you know, and like I love it. I love it. I get it at work, and that's about it.
That's cool. I think that's something I didn't really know about you.
Yeah, I do like it. So I'm looking forward to it when you get your stuff.
And that's it.
Christoph.
My parents have come to visit. They came last Tuesday.
How long did they stay? A couple weeks?
I think they're leaving the beginning of next week. So it's been good having them. They brought their RV up, so they're set up literally 5 steps from my garage door.
Oh, so they're staying in the RV?
Oh, absolutely.
There's an RV, Clark.
There's not a basement for them to stay in right now, so we're doing some heavy construction in the basement. It's all like taped off now. You walk down there, and it's just like, I'll send you guys a picture. I'm going to send you one. But like if you're standing on the landing,
hazmat suit on and everything with asbestos.
Well, hopefully we're not going to have any asbestos, Joe.
Well,
I know
it's Mount Airy. I don't know.
I didn't see it. I haven't seen any there.
Yeah. I finished Invincible.
Okay, I have not. I'm still working through it.
Well, it's over now, Joe. If you want to watch it, I think it's only 8 episodes. I enjoyed the way it ended. It sets up for more. So
okay, so it's like a end of an arc, but not end of the story.
Yeah, and it's almost like.
The
next to last episode almost seems like it finishes the arc, and the last episode it wraps up some stuff, but it almost seems like a season 2 premiere the way they set some stuff up.
I've heard other people say that the exact same thing.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to seeing where they go with that. I watched a Nicolas Cage movie.
Oh, which one?
It's called Running with the Devil.
How is that?
It's got Nicolas Cage.
Is it new?
It's a song too, isn't it?
Yeah. It's on Hulu. I think it came out in it says 2019 or 2020. It's got Lawrence Fishburne in it also.
Perfect. Hold on.
There's a scene where he's you get to see him pleasure himself to completion in a booth.
Completion
in a booth. Well, they don't show the completion.
Yeah, but they show his face though. This face
show his face. Oh. Yeah.
Finally.
Wait, what's this movie called?
It's called Running with the Devil.
Let me get can somebody pass me a pen? I got my bucket list out.
It's got a ton of like people who were top tier actors 10 years ago. Mm-hmm. Like I can't think of any of their names, but you'll recognize one of the guys that's in Saving Private Ryan is in this movie. And the guy that was a bad guy in Too Fast, Too Furious, you would recognize this dude.
Right.
Except he seems to have, Lord knows I can't speak. He's put on a couple pounds since he was at his prime.
Have you seen that picture of Will Smith recently? Mm-mm. He said he's like in the worst shape of his life or whatever.
Probably because of all them entanglements.
I would imagine them entanglements.
He's been entangling some
entangling and shit.
I saw him being on like a commercial, like where he was like green screen and then it dropped and he was like out of shape.
Yeah, he looks.
He's poking fun at himself for it,
and he looks fine. Like he looks like a normal human being, you know. But it's just
he should be better than that.
But it's just interesting to see him. That you know what I mean? Like, dude, what happened to Hancock, man? God bless.
Yeah, for sure.
Now he's homeless for real.
I hope that doesn't come to that.
No, he was like wearing a robe and like boxer briefs.
It's great, dude. You got money to live that life,
like outside with no shoes on,
dude. That's a vibe. That's two different people who wear that. One is like the crazy person. Two is like you got fuck you money.
I ever tell you about this guy?
Which he does.
There's this motel in Laurel. It's called the Turf Motel, right? And it used to be a thriving, beautiful place because it was right by the horse races, like the horse track.
Yep.
And like it was like they have pictures like postcards in there from like the 60s or whatever, and like there's like people sunbathing and like playing volleyball.
Is it on Route 1?
It 100%.
Of course, everything is on Route 1 in Laurel.
It 100% is on Route 1. So I was there. Now across the street from it is this trailer park, and this trailer park is like there's people in trailer parks that wouldn't move to this trailer park. It's one of the worst I've ever seen. Dilapidated, just really rough.
You saw in Cops?
Oh, I don't know if I've seen one as bad.
On Cops? Wow.
Yeah. So one time there's this guy, like I was at the Turf, long story how I got there, not important, especially for this podcast, but I was at the Turf and there was this guy sitting outside and we just got to talking about the Turf. And I was like, I've seen the postcards, like this place. He was like, yeah, man, it's crazy. He's like, I live here. He takes care of like maintenance or something and he gets to live at the motel or whatever. And I was like, oh, man, I bet you've seen some shit here. And he's like, oh, 100%. And I was like, you ever ventured over to that trailer park across the street? And he's like, there? Fuck no. and I was like, how come? He's like, that's the type of neighborhood got kids walking around with no shoes on their feet.
Wow.
And like the moment he said it, I knew exactly the vibe.
That's rough.
What was this movie about?
Oh, okay.
What type of movie? Horror, suspense, drama?
So, have you guys ever seen the movie Traffic?
Mm-hmm. Yes,
it's awesome.
Okay, so
but it's imagine Nicolas Cage now.
So the premise of it is you follow the cocaine from the farmer to retail, how it gets there, and it's showing like kilo value. Like the farmer gets paid like $1,600 and it keeps increasing and it goes to this person and that person. And Nicolas Cage is like the fixer guy. So they're being shorted on shipment. So he has to actually go down there and literally they're following their shipment to see, because somebody's cutting it too.
Yeah.
And they follow it.
I thought that's normal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah.
But
well, they're cutting
you particularly.
They're cutting
that.
They're cutting it. People are dying from it. So whatever it is, I don't offend. Nobody will fess up to it.
Yeah, with like baking powder and shit.
Yeah.
So, it sounds like a movie you'd be interested in.
They're cutting it with bad stuff like fentanyl and heroin and shit.
Yeah, fentanyl's.
But yeah, it sounds interesting. Sounds like a movie you would like.
That sounds right up my alley.
Yeah, it was entertaining.
But again, Nicolas Cage is not bad. When he wants to act, he can.
He acts well in this.
That's what I'm saying. Like when he wants to act, he still can.
Yeah.
But he's just got a bad rap now.
Yeah, I don't know. It was a good movie. I enjoyed it.
I'm still supposed to watch Color Out of Space and Mandy, both of Nicolas Cage movies that are good.
Mandy.
I watched more of the Dark Side of the Ring. I watched the one about Dr. D. David Schultz. You guys ever heard of him? Probably not. So he was back when Vince McMahon. Well, the Vince McMahon's on TV now, not his father. He when he started the WWF, he was the first person to have a nationally broadcasted show. It was all there was a promoter in the South, and mid-Atlantic promoter, and then Vince McMahon, of course, they had the Northeast. They were out of New York, California, Texas. So what Vince McMahon did is he went around to every territory and basically bought their top guys contracts, and he made this super group of Hacksaw Jim Duggan and Hillbilly Jim, the Junkyard Dog, all those iconic characters.
And the Irish guys
were all from these different promotions, and Dr. D. David Schultz was brought in to be the foil for Hulk Hogan and his meteoric rise. Well, right around the time that they were doing the rock and wrestling stuff, Cyndi Lauper was getting involved and all that.
She's awesome.
You know the vibes.
Yeah.
of course, what is this wrestling? Is this real? Do you guys know who John Stossel is? He's the guy that talks like this and would be he would always do the Consumer Reports and stuff like that. Anyways, he goes to a WWF show and he's doing a piece on, is this real? Well, he had gotten some Yahoo dude who couldn't make it in the wrestling business to show him how all the moves worked and, give him all the moves and show him how to do the moves. And it was on 2020 or some shit. Well, they go to interview some WWF guys and talking to this guy, Dr. D. David Schultz, and he says, it's like, look, Vince said, prove to him that it's real. So he asked him if it's fake, and he open hand slaps him in the ear twice. And basically that guy got blackballed from wrestling. Pretty sad story. He actually went into bounty hunting. Became a professional.
Like Dog, the bounty hunter?
Became a professional bounty hunter. Because he's a big dude that's in good shape and kind of scary. You see him knocking, you're probably, he made a living doing that. But but the fact that, the lid was off of the wrestling bit.
But as a kid, I understood. I thought it was real. But as an adult, there's no way why that anyone believes that was real. That is real.
It's just the old school mentality. Because it started out as real, like in the 30s and 40s, and just
you would die if you get power bombed, bro.
Sure, or pile driven or whatever. I mean, the reason that wrestling became a fixed thing is because they were wrestling for 6 hours, and it was mostly just them laying on the mat. So they're trying they made it into entertainment.
They needed that remember the Magic guy in the 90s with a mask, or 20 in the 2000s? He has a mask and he shows how all the big magic tricks are done.
Oh yeah.
I remember that. They did a wrestling one there, and so anytime
you need to have a mask. You can't be showing this shit and people know who you are.
Anytime wrestling comes to the top of pop culture, all that shit happens. They did it in the Stone Cold Rock era. There was a somebody in a mask showing how the secrets of pro wrestling, and I remember they had this bit where it was the wrestler pushes down this old lady in the front of the crowd. They called her the stunt granny because it was somebody's mom or whatever that was getting pushed down, which I thought was pretty funny.
Granny.
To tie into the mask real quick before you get to your next topic, to get that French drill song that I played, the music video.
Oh wow! You watch the music?
They all wear masks. And then I went through other songs that I don't care for.
Is it just a vibe?
They all wear masks.
So when's your drill album coming out?
All the time. Never.
It's just like Slipknot, nothing new.
Yeah, but it's this one guy I'm pretty sure is wearing a Darth Nihilus mask.
Oh.
And then another thing that I thought was interesting that I meant to say is that they always talk about cutting. Cutting and slicing people because none of them have guns.
Right.
That was interesting. Dude, keeping it a bean. All right.
More civilized.
Yeah.
I watched the one about Owen Hart, which was kind of hard to watch.
The Vice one? The Vice series?
These are all in Vice.
Okay,
yeah.
Who else?
That's right. The Dark Side of the Ring. That's right.
Yeah. So I'm sorry. The Dark Side of the Ring about Owen Hart. So Owen Hart fell
off the platform.
Well, yeah. So just Bobby probably doesn't know.
I remember that. I was watching wrestling at the time.
You know what? I'll tell you a funny story. That this happened on a WWE pay-per-view.
What happened to Kevin Hart?
He got fucked up.
He got fucked up in a car wreck. But it's unrelated.
He didn't die though.
No. And also, he's not related to the Hart Wrestling Dynasty, or maybe.
Are you sure?
Maybe he is. Owen Hart had been doing this gimmick where he'd come down from the ceiling during. He was the Blue Blazer, and the harness failed, and he fell. However far that is, it had there was a referee in the ring waiting on the match to start, and he brushed him. He felt him brush him, and he yelled, "Look!" He yelled, "Look out!" He basically hit, and I think just it kind of exploded. But going to looking, they had hired a rigging company several times to do it, and he'd have literally a harness on, and it was kind of cumbersome to. So they were looking for something quicker. Well, this company said they could do that, but what they used, it was some sort of sailing used for sailing. It's like they use normally a locking carabiner ring.
It's a quick disconnect.
Yeah, but it was used for sailing, and it had a 7-pound test on it. No shit.
7 pound?
Yeah. And this dude weighed about 250 probably, give or take.
I mean, even for a normal person, 7 pounds is not a human at all.
Yeah, what failed on it?
So there was they wanted something where he could get out of this harness quicker. So it wasn't this clumsy taking off.
Right.
So instead of using the carabiner they normally use, it was some sort of sailing for like masts and shit.
Okay, but it wasn't a carabiner. It was some device for saying.
I'll show you because it's.
And I guess it didn't test this ahead of time.
Rated for a strong 7.
So that's up for debate because
you would have failed. It would 100% failed. It was never going to.
Well, they asked him to run through it, and he said, "Well, I've done this before." And they're like, "Well, this is different." And then it's like he went with the riggers, but nobody knows what happened. Let me look and see if I can find the picture of it.
It's serious bad decisions.
Yeah, it definitely is.
I mean, it's all like that. All to avoid the harness, all for aesthetics.
That's it right there. That's the harness that failed. Is it like that little bitty?
Jesus. Yeah.
So it's like,
but that's a hinge here. So this latches.
So this has a hinge and it had a little bitty.
See, if that was a solid piece, that would probably
yeah. So it was, and it was also a swivel. But like
a hinge swivel.
There's a yeah, with a double drop down.
Right.
Double ball peg.
Yeah.
Talking shop.
Ultimately, his.
Do you remember that time I called my dad and I said I did it for a skit?
Yes.
And I was like, Dad, I just bought this such and such, and he was like, what is that? Oh, how was it? I was like, it ain't bad. It's got a double ball peg, a couple universal joints, and I went in and then he was like, I don't have the slightest idea of what you're talking about. Such a real fucking authentic moment.
His wife, of course, sued everybody she could.
Yeah.
Ended up with an $18 million settlement. So, I mean, it's tragic, but the kids are taken care of.
Yeah, $18 million, unless you are off your rockers, you should. Yeah. People blow more money than that.
Yeah. I'd be walking out looking like the Pope. Be like, look at this shit I bought.
Fuck them kids.
I bought the Pope mobile.
You see this gold cane?
Wow. So
I'm surprised the ring didn't save him any.
Yeah. Go ahead.
And I did want to mention that as of Friday, the entire Nerd Rage cast is fully vaccinated.
Oh, man.
Awesome.
So our calendar's open. We're looking for dates, your events. Just let us know times and places.
Yes.
And we'll work out fees and trans and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
So have Nerd Rage.
I don't need that much.
Have the Nerd Rage cast at your next event.
Yeah, Joe's on it. Like his calories like 1,300 a day or something. So right. he's a cheap date.
Yeah. So I got I'll tell you a funny story. So I went and I ended up getting this at the Safeway locally. My wife, I don't know why. She goes on Goodwill has a website, which is the Goodwills all over the country, and she goes on there.
That shit is lit.
Treasure hunting.
Goodwill.org.
It's shopgoodwill.com because it is a for-profit company. So she found this Mark Martin NASCAR jacket. Do you know who Mark Martin was sponsored by in the early 2000s?
My guy. I don't even know who Mark Martin is.
He was sponsored by Pfizer. So I wear to get my vaccine a Pfizer NASCAR jacket.
Did anybody?
Not a single look. I will tell you, the first time I went to get when I got my first vaccine, I know I did post it on Facebook and got lots of. I didn't get a jacket. I saw one person. I'm in the premium. I got Pfizer premium. It's the same except I don't have commercials. Like YouTube. I didn't have to watch any commercials to get my.
I get it.
To get my vaccine.
I get it. You guys make out okay with the tornado yesterday? What? It came when you came, by the way. All these tornadoes,
bro. We had that. Listen, we had that conversation. We had that conversation yesterday. I don't know if there was a tornado, and I'll tell you, the meteorologists here are trash.
Are they not everywhere?
No.
Oh,
I'm going to tell you.
I grew up around here, and like I don't fucking bother watching channels.
The meteorologists in Huntsville, Alabama, have their shit together. I mean, dude would have been with his sleeves rolled up and a fucking pointer talking about this is going to hit Little John River Creek Baptist Church at 7:52.
You hear that? Get out of there, Claire. But like I Laura sometimes will be going for a walk, and her watch will say it's raining.
Yes,
and it's definitely not.
That's why I never bothered watching the weather.
Yeah, and I tell her all the time.
It's a guessing game.
Like, maybe leave it up. Maybe leave it alone. Maybe just live spontaneously.
Yeah, just have an umbrella in the car.
I must have told
a jacket in the car just in case.
I must have told her I liked her live spontaneously once, and then she hasn't done it. I'll get to watch them.
So a couple. I've been have half-assed looking for a pinball machine for a long time. There's just one particular one I want. So I'm in some groups that sell, Facebook pinball Facebook groups.
Oh, yeah.
And, I'm a big fan of trivia. I love Jeopardy and, playing trivia and stuff. So there was a guy on, let me make sure I get this right, the kind it was. So the guy had it was $400, but it was broken. Oh. It was a broken quiz machine. It said $400, no questions asked.
No questions asked is.
It's a joke.
I don't get it.
It's a quiz machine.
It's a broken quiz machine, Joe. It doesn't ask any questions, Joe.
God, I hate you. I fucking hate
That's
you.
Good.
That's good. I watched The Bad Batch this morning.
I fulfilled my
it's
obligation.
Like
I fucking did 300.
Yeah. It's like 75 minutes. It's a long ass fucking first episode.
Is it really?
Yeah. Because I was like, I'll watch this before I go. And then I started it and I'm like, fuck. I got through it to like literally like getting my keys and walk out the door.
Wow.
I have a 1-word review. Okay.
Oh, hate to hear it.
There's some familiar tropes. I'll just say that.
Hate to hear it.
But you know
Not
what?
surprised to hear it.
You know what? There's just one thing I'm like, is this what we're gonna do? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
How many episodes is it supposed to be?
I have no idea.
Like it extra sucks because it branched off of and came after Clone Wars final season.
Let me tell you something.
Which was a great season.
If there's 9 episodes, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not watching the last one.
Gotcha. So just no spoilers, but this starts parallel to Order 66. So it's an interesting that storytelling element is interesting,
right?
But there's by the end of the episode, I'm just like,
your face is saying it all.
Yeah, man.
But dude, you may jack off to it, Bobby.
Wow,
you might. I don't know.
Do it? Can I tell it? If I do?
Our Star Wars, yeah, you can. You better put it on Twitter or something. Our Star Wars sensibilities don't always line up, but I'm interested to see where they're going to take it.
Yeah,
I'll just say that. And new Crashbox stuff went up this weekend. We had a great couple of days on.
Congratulations!
You had a YouTube video.
Yeah, I did a live. I was like, I need to come up with so I did Sunday brunch with Crashbox. It was like 11 on Sunday.
Dude, you need to do it but you should do it all the time. But you should have mimosas.
I had a Bloody Mary with me.
Okay,
because I didn't have the mimosa stuff. So, but it was fun doing that. Dust helped me out. He did my production because we had little banners at the bottom and said how much everything was. So
nice.
Yeah.
Shout out Dust.
Plenty of new stuff out there and rolling with that. And I guess that's pretty much it for me this week.
Oh, well, I got a couple things. There's things. Doesn't matter. Okay, so for one, let me do the tie into the beginning of the episode. What I learned about myself, my cognitive ability has reached its limits. I watched Tenet.
Okay,
I almost watched Tenet. But I watched the Nick Cage movie because I didn't want something I was going to have to literally like laser focus on for.
You know what's funny? As soon as that happened, as soon as you said that, the space-time continuum, Christopher Nolan instantly vomited all over the fucking coffee table he was sitting at.
I thought you were going to say that movie really could have used some Nick Cage.
Well, here's the thing.
I don't know
I won't
because I don't. Yeah, I won't. I saw it showed up on HBO. So.
I won't. I'd love for you to watch it, and then we'll talk about it once you have. I watched this thing, and at the end of it, I was like, I know it's good, but it's smarter than me. I don't understand it. I don't know if I'll ever understand it completely. I think it's just like, you know how when you were in school and you could go to get to some books, go to the library and you play like the word game. So like if you went through the book and there was 5 words on one page that you didn't know, you're not ready for that book yet. Close that book back up and put it. There was 5 words on one page that I did not know in this movie the entire time. And I don't mean vocabulary, just figuratively speaking. It was. I can tell it's good. Like,
okay. Are you sure you can tell it's good, or like you think it's good because you're supposed to think that's good?
No, because I can even tell tonally. I'm like, oh, that's a oh shit moment if you're smart.
Well, now I'm going to watch it just to see if I'm smart.
Yeah, like if you were smart, you'd be like, "Oh shit!" And but I didn't have the oh shit moment because I didn't get it.
You weren't a demographic.
No,
that wasn't the movie you were looking for.
Do you think you missed something, or is it just like
I think
is it foreign concepts?
It's I don't want to spoil anything. It's tricky. It's tricky. It always is. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, it's hard to rock a rhyme that's right on time.
Yeah, it's tricky. Well, so you answered your own question in your Run DMC lyric.
Oh, okay.
That being said, I do need to spoil one part. It's not plot related. My favorite part of the movie being as though I didn't understand what the fuck it was about. This guy orders food at a fancy restaurant. So Michael Caine is having a fancy food at a fancy restaurant. You can tell by the vibe of the atmosphere. People are in 3-piece suits. You get motherfuckers with vests eating at this restaurant. You know what I mean? Guy sits down, orders. The food comes out, but he's already got his information. He's going to leave now. He bumps into the waiter on his way out. And he was like, can I get it boxed up? And the waiter goes, certainly not. And that was my fucking favorite part.
It's not something we do here.
I love that shit. But yeah, so I can tell it's good. I would say to the viewers or listeners,
but at that point, it's not good for you though.
Yeah, no. So that's the thing. But you didn't hear my next sentence. To the listeners, if you are a smart person, I highly recommend it. If you are a regular person, maybe talk to smart people about it.
The last thing that made me feel a little bit like that was The Lighthouse. Except I didn't have the thing was like I didn't get it. I had the thing was like you did a poor job making this movie, or
Yeah.
Like,
so
I don't know.
I didn't feel that way. Now I have had movies that where I'm like, there was a better way to. I might even say that Inception he could have done a better way of which I don't feel like I didn't understand.
Right.
But I feel like there was a less convoluted way to get that idea and concept out earlier. This, I was just like, it's just beyond me.
It's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, I felt like my wife. Like watching a lot of movies where she's just like, I don't want to watch this.
Did Laura watch this with you?
Yeah, she fell asleep.
The same.
She fell asleep. She fell asleep.
Oh,
so she's a smart lady. So maybe the movie just sucks.
She is, but she's not.
Because there's a fine line of something sucking or being like too up his own ass.
So no, but so I'm.
You know what I mean?
Like 100%.
Yeah.
I would say that there are people that will say that this movie is too far up its own ass. Mm-hmm. But I would also challenge if they really got it. Because there's something about it where I can be like, fuck, like the amount of thinking that was involved in just planning this out is super sophisticated.
Doesn't mean it's good though. It's just because it's executed at a high level or like something is complicated to do.
Yeah, it's hard to say without.
Because like, what is art though?
Well, hang on, Joe.
But I'm saying like, it's your job as a creative, media.
Have you seen this, Joe?
No, I'm just debating the idea.
Can you possibly watch it this week?
Never.
No, you won't watch it?
Hell no.
Really?
Especially after that review, I don't like things that are like that.
But it's just like,
it's part of your job to tell a story. If you told an amazing story that 0% of the population understand, then you did.
But we don't know if 0%.
Right. But I'm saying like at some point, like who are you making this for? If it's just for yourself, that's a waste of money.
I remember very, very many people on my feed saying, "I just watched Tenet, and I don't know what the fuck just happened."
So you know what I mean?
You ever have you ever had that situation where like you encounter some media, you don't understand it, but you can tell it's good?
I want to say yes, but I can't think of an example.
So I have, and serendipitously, it's like that song. It's like Rammstein. Like I don't understand what the fuck they're saying, what they're talking about, but I can tell it's good. It's the same thing with this. I can tell. I'm smart enough. No, I won't even say I'm smart enough. I'm creative enough where I can tell it's good. It looks.
Is it like abstract art though?
It's like, dude,
I don't get abstract art.
I can't get a grip on calculus if I haven't entered algebra. Mm-hmm. It doesn't mean the calculus is stupid or bad or up its own ass or whatever.
But the teacher shouldn't be teaching calculus in elementary school.
It's just, well, yeah, but that's a problem for me. I chose to watch a movie that was above me.
Was it promoted that way? Like if you're not at least of this IQ, don't bother watching.
No, it wasn't. It was promoted by there's cars flipping, and the promotion was just showing the action. Oh, there was that really long cut that they showed.
I would say that was the biggest promotional push to it.
Yeah, so it was just like this
because they knew that this is what people get people in the seats.
Yeah, well, so
it was very opening scene of The Dark Knight to me. The way it was.
It was very Nolan.
Yeah, well, that's half the reason people watch this.
Correct, and he's good. He's he's a great filmmaker. That dude shows up to work in a suit. I respect it. But like, even in that opening, you can in that first. So here's the thing. Here's an example, right? In that opening sequence. Oh,
that's the opening sequence. I didn't realize that. Okay,
it's the opening. It's like just like Dark Knight, the first 7 minutes or whatever, or Mortal Kombat. When that was over, that sequence of events, Laura was like, "What's happening?" And I was like, "I don't know, but I know it involves X." And she was like, "Well," I was like, I think I even said something relatively snooty that I didn't mean snooty, but I was like, "I don't know, but it's obviously about X." And then she was like, "What do you mean, obviously?" Like, it's obviously, excuse me, Mr. Perfect. But like, but then, like, in the next 10 minutes, they start talking, and it's 100% about X. Mm-hmm. That's a level of just being able to interpret film, right? Like, interpret storytelling. And I was able to, like, it's just like if I went into a class that was beyond me, I might be able to keep up at first. But at a certain point, you're gonna hit that third gear, and my card only has 2.
Yeah.
But like, I would watch it again. To try to, movies that you're like, man, fuck, did that actually work? Like Memento, speaking of Nolan.
I love Memento.
Me too. But like, I had to be like, man, did that actually work? And watch it again. But fuck, it does work. Mm-hmm. But anyway, I don't want to get too much into it beyond that because I will end up spoiling it. But
yeah. I literally had my finger on the button and we decided on.
I'm looking forward to hearing your opinion.
Yeah, same.
And let's see what else. I don't have much, honestly.
It's just hard for me to want to watch a movie when someone can't tell me what it's about. If I ask someone what,
well, I think it can, but it will spoil it.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because what it is about is already okay.
Because I don't know what it's. I mean, I know there's some sort of like time folding element.
So time. It's about what they call inverting. So these people have learned how to like invert time, and as a result, I have a hard time tracking.
So I mean, look, time travel movies are hard to keep up with, and you put a Nolan spin on it, and it's probably
like while you're going in real time, you see things going in reverse time. And then when you go in reverse time, the real world is moving in reverse time while you're moving in real time. But the way that it lines up is fucked. And it's just me being able to wrap my head around it. Like,
I'm sorry, I didn't elaborate.
Now
I knew that concept.
Like I'm interested in sci-fi and shit like that.
It's fascinating. Like, and like, I don't have anything bad to say about it. Mm-hmm. Look, I've never had to say this before, but I'll say it now. It's not you, it's me.
Well, I think it says something that you want to watch it again to see if you can understand it better. Me. Yeah, it's a piece of literally a piece of art, and you want to interpret it.
I want to learn it.
Does that make you maybe want to watch it, Joe?
No, it does.
Okay.
Because now I have a premise of what the movie is about.
Sure.
Right, but I didn't. That happens. All right, well, fuck it. So, not to spoil it, but in the first 7 minutes, while all this is going on, there's gunshots, there's bombs, there's people passing out, there's all sorts of commotion and anarchy, and all of a sudden, a bullet zips out of the wall and back into the gun.
See, did they show that in that?
They do not.
Long trailer.
They do not.
Okay.
And I said, that's why I was like, well, obviously it has something to do with time.
Yeah.
And she said, well, I'm Mr. Perfect, and I was like, well, it's because of the gun thing,
Yeah.
So anyway, but yeah, I said, I can't recommend it enough.
What is it on?
HBO.
Oh, never mind.
But it's great. I know it's like, I know I need to catch up. I even think like albums, like I think I've experienced albums that are ahead of me. I'll point to 2 just right off the top of my head. Jay-Z's Blueprint, when I listened to it the first time, that didn't necessarily register with me. Now it's my favorite Jay-Z album. And Puscifer's second real album, Conditions of My Parole. I listened to it the first time and I was like, man, this country banjo bullshit. Like, you know, and then like a week later I was like, I like every fucking song on here. You know, like it was ahead of me.
Yeah.
And I feel this movie's the same way. And maybe it's not. Maybe I'm too stupid to even recognize that. Maybe I'm. You just don't know. Talked about being held over. Talked about Tenet. MK with you. We talked about a little black cloud on the horizon. And then I did the Dio for Courtyard and Shao Kahn's thing. Shao Kahn's thing didn't work out quite right, but
I think it's the colors.
I think it's that. Honestly, it's a learning experience for me. I think it's that background is hard to interpret into such a small space. You know, some of them kind of work. Like, all of them are large. Like, all those Mortal Kombat scenes are, you know,
wide.
They're wide, and I've put them into little cubes. And like, I think,
like Snyder. You're right.
See,
it's called Snyder Vision.
Snyder Vision. But like, I think most of them work. Like, I think like the pit works. I think
all those.
Yeah, I think most of the if I were to pick two that don't, it would be Shao Kahn's Throne Room and or Arena and the Living Forest. Like, neither of those quite work right for me, but the other three work. But just, you know, just learning. It's all good. It's part of the process. What did you call it? The Japanese Katsumaki.
I don't remember.
That's the whirlwind kick. This hurricane kick from Street Fighter, bro. Katsumaki.
Yes.
Why do you even know that?
I don't know. I play Street Fighter a lot. Spinning star kick. All right, and so there's this other thing that kind of happened. I'm debating on how much to go into it because people related to it might listen to this.
Well, better safe than sorry. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Oh,
really.
Like
maybe I'll save
Phil's
it.
girl.
I'll save it for one.
What's her name?
Jen.
Of course you remember that.
I'll never forget.
She could be listening.
Look at me. I'm touching my nipple, right? Like I didn't even mean to be.
He really is.
Oh,
he really
goodness.
is. He's pinching his nipple talking about Jen.
We'll get to Jen at 300. Okay, so let's get into the news. We got just a little bit. For one, we have some Marvel stuff. We might even
Loki's coming out, right? Sometime.
Yeah. Not the Marvel I'd wished for, lads. The set photos. Let me see for Miss Marvel's. I'll just pull it up. There's a picture of Miss Marvel in her suit.
Oh, okay. That's the new one, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
It looks like Miss Marvel to me.
It looks just like her. I'm just a creep and want Warbird like that. You know,
fair is fair, man.
I'll never get it, but I'm just being honest and I'm being transparent.
Mm-hmm. There's nothing wrong with that.
You know, so that's it. But it looks good. It looks good. It looks the part. And then we got the little Phase 4 trailer thing.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see that at all? Mm-hmm. So it's like it's kind of like in many ways, Chris, it's a montage of
it's a montage.
Love
Joe.
montage, bro. I love montage
of different Marvel events over the course of
and some shit
time.
that's not coming out.
And
it's a montage.
Yeah, when is Black Widow coming out already?
July.
Wasn't it supposed to be in May?
Well, you know what's funny?
Or April?
How quickly my wife has become conditioned. Because I was watching it today for the show, and she was sitting next to me, and she was like, "What's this?" And I told her. And then she's like, "Oh, sweet, Black Widow." She's like, "I really want to see that," and the girls will probably really want to see that. And I was like, "Yeah." And in my head, I'm thinking, I don't know if we're gonna go see that because I don't know if I want to sit in a fucking theater with a mask on for 2 hours. Me personally, you know.
Yeah, no.
And she was like, "Yeah, so that'll be great." And I was like, "Well, you know, we'll see." And she was like, "Well, pizza," and I was like, "No, just going to the movies." And she was like,
"I thought it was doing the Disney thing too."
I don't think so.
I thought it was doing like that $20 Disney.
I don't think so, but but maybe I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
I would assume that they would do that nowadays.
Let me be clear. I do not know, but I'm pretty sure no. I'm pretty sure that's why it's been pushed back so far. But like, it was just funny to me that my wife is now like, what? It's not coming to streaming immediately?
Yeah,
that's how things work now. Since Wonder Woman 1984, 5 months ago. this is how media works. I'm like, yeah, but there's like this 60 years before that where it was like it went different.
Times are changing.
But so anyway, and the show
our theater died, didn't it?
Yeah, the theater we used to go to is
the Regal.
It's
dead, right?
Yeah, I
mean, I went by there. I drove by there. The signs are still up.
Yeah, I saw that too.
So
there's an ice cream place there, though. That's the important part.
Laura's Dreams can remain intact because it is coming on Disney Plus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I would assume so.
July 9th.
It'll be crazy for anything to be released.
So then now I'm pissed. Now I'm on some fuck them shit.
Okay. Well,
because why not put it out last year when it was done?
Yes, a year
because the business model wasn't there and they didn't know.
Well, it is new.
It's been there since 1984, and it was originally slated for May. So why not do it in May?
Well, hang on. What was? Was Mulan the first one that Disney did that was premiere access?
That was
when was that?
6 months ago.
Yeah,
it wasn't that. Okay. It wasn't that long ago. It wasn't like a whole year ago.
But they could have gotten ahead of it. They could. I mean, we could have.
I think they're waiting for the numbers.
And they did another. They did the dragon rousing.
Yeah, somebody the dragon
rousing some shit.
Yeah,
I think they wanted to wait for the numbers to come in to make sure that.
It's $30 to watch it on Disney, which I mean you're gonna spend that much on two tickets, much less 5, right?
Right. So yeah, that's great. I'm glad to hear that in general for future releases, but I'm pissed about the Black Widow thing because I feel like they could have been dropped that.
Sure.
Shang-Chi's dropping too at some point.
Yeah. So they showed the future lineup. So Shang-Chi, Doctor Strange, Madness, Multiverse of Madness, Spider-Man,
Going Home. No.
Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, which I think is going to be challenging.
Yep.
What else do they have? Guardians 3.
Look, your people are represented in Target.
Oh, like warming shelves.
Yeah,
obviously. Nobody wants
Shang-Chi merchandise is out already.
Nobody wants it.
There's an Aquafina.
Or maybe it just got there.
There's an Aquafina character figure.
Guardians 3.
Yeah.
And then the Eternals, which from the little bit of a clip, I have mixed feelings about.
I don't know.
So there's it's 10 seconds maybe, so you get 3 or 4 clips in it. All the stuff that seems to be, to me, just at first, just having an opinion because we're on a podcast to talk about opinions.
Yeah.
It's all the stuff that looks super natural to me, her with the glowing sword and they're out in the wastelands of something. All the otherworldly elements look great. The stuff that was just regular people to me looked very CW to me. It's
got a strange cast.
Yeah.
It's very strange. It's got it's an A-list cast, but it's why do you? I don't know.
It's
a lot of weird decisions with that.
Inhumans canon in the Marvel universe?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Because it was 1.5 episodes that was released, right?
They said it was shit.
How many episodes did they film? It was only literally only 2
episodes.
It
said the lead character doesn't even talk in that show.
Well, it's not supposed, motherfucker.
Yeah, dude, every time I think
that's
about
a problem. There's no dialogue.
I think about how there was that troll article that went around that actually got traction just because fucking the hate train in Star Wars was full steam ahead. But it was about how there won't be any more Luke figures because Zuvio was a test for the market to see if actors without speaking lines could sell toys. And since Zuvio didn't sell, they weren't going to make any Luke figures because he didn't speak in Episode 7.
That's hilarious.
I remember that. And then I bought all the Zuvios.
Yeah. You're like, we got to fix it. And then then Fantastic Four is going to be in Phase 4, which I think we knew. But
it wasn't for sure. Now it's for sure.
But they showed the 4.
Yeah. They didn't show any body from it, though.
No.
Yeah.
No. The only thing that they showed footage from was Eternals, Shang-Chi, and Black Widow.
I heard that Josh Brolin was going to play Thing.
No, he's like the...
They've already got him on contract.
He's a superhero of fucking Andy Serkis.
Yeah, he's an Andy Serkis of...
Dude, I think it's a waste that they did Andy Serkis as what's his face
in Black Panther.
Yeah,
he was great in it.
Yeah, he's great in everything. He's great in everything. He's great as a chimpanzee. He's great as that fellow over there sitting on a rock.
This is true.
But anyway, and then the other thing is they showed a set shot from the Flash movie at the old Wayne Manor from '89, and it was just cool. I don't know why, but it was just cool to see Wayne Manor again.
Yeah.
like the '89 Wayne Manor.
Oh yeah,
like,
yeah.
Fuck, man.
Yeah,
there she is.
I'm
look at her
with that lake.
I'm excited to see how all that comes together.
Yeah. You know what my fear, like, obviously, like, this shit's been in the works forever, right? And I'm sure the Marvel shit has been in the works forever as well. But, like, my fear is, like, just having to deal with fucking listening to people saying, like, oh, well, they're just doing what Marvel's doing. I'd be like, look, if you look at the timelines and the first, I just don't want to have to go through it. I'm just gonna say you're right. I'm just gonna say you're right.
Exactly. Choose to not engage.
But yeah, like,
oh yeah,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Just
fucking balling.
You know, I mean, it's nostalgia, of course. It's just
I hate I sold that house.
Member berries, but you know what? Sometimes member berry tastes right.
Sometimes it's rabbit shit.
So. Sometimes it is as well. And then the last note: it's never wise to upset a Wookiee. I'm going to read this to you. This is our weird news for the week. He's been wanted by the Empire, the First Order, an array of bounty hunters, and now the New Orleans Police Department, who are hunting for Chewbacca following a stabbing in the French Quarter on Saturday night. The New Orleans Police Department released a photo of the suspect carrying a red lightsaber. It's for real.
Wow.
This is the tweet. NOPD looking for street performer who wears a Star Wars Chewbacca costume believed to be an unknown black male in his 20s. Subject is suspected of stabbing victim with knife during altercation on April 24th, and then gives you the Crime Stoppers information. They did not say if the lightsaber was used in the attack. So yeah,
times are hard. Turn to the dark side,
dude.
He
just saw episode 9.
Well, it's better than getting crushed by a planet, I guess.
yeah. A moon.
A moon.
Yeah, even worse.
That's no moon.
And then we have a couple questions. One was via Twitter, so I got to look it up in the notes from Passive Bear, I believe. And I was going to say fucking. Okay, he says, anyone feel like the season finale of Invincible? So only you can answer this. Felt more like episode 1 of season 2.
Yeah,
the episode the episode before was a better ending.
So I mean, I completely agreed with that. That's wow.
That's sad.
Yeah, I guess we're on the same page there. I'm anxious to see how Bobby thinks about the way it wraps up.
I'm looking forward.
And I don't. Maybe somebody can write in and tell us because I'm lazy and probably won't look it up. I wonder if this first season ties into a stopping point in the book, or if they're just doing their own thing.
Yeah, I don't know. So I've only read like the first volume of Invincible.
You can't find the second one?
No.
Is that it? Oh, it's not like that other book that you...
No.
Not like The Boys?
No. I was just like, I just felt like I think where it ended in the book, I was like, you know what, that's a decent enough ending, and I kind of get it.
Yeah.
And I think I'm good leaving off here. I didn't feel committed. Like, I felt like I got the heart of it, and, you know, I'm sure it grows and the characters evolve and all this.
Which came out first, The Boys or Invincible?
Invincible.
Okay.
As far as I can remember.
Because it's, I mean...
Yeah, well, so
close
like,
to the same general idea.
Yeah, Invincible is kind of like, you know, with I guess the Watchmen is technically the first, but like the one to deconstruct the superhero.
Yeah.
Right. But Invincible is kind of the first modern one. I believe. I'm sure there's a person that knows more about it that'd be like, no, actually.
I did see one funny thing about that. It says Mark can't choose between Eve and the other girl's name, Amber.
Amber.
He needs to choose the gym. That's what somebody said.
Amber.
It's a skinny kid.
Amber, what did the man with the small penis have for breakfast? Well, this morning I had bacon and eggs. Do you remember that?
What?
No.
What the hell?
It's from Mo Money. It was Damon Wayans.
I know what Mo Money is.
So like,
I know what Mo Money is.
So he was like Stacey Dash was like the love interest, right? And Stacey Dash was dating this dude. Her name was Amber, and he was like a uppity kind of like a square dude, you know, like, and he was like, Amber. And then one time Damon Wayans like was going to see her and knocked on her apartment door and was like, Amber, answer this door, Amber. What did the man with the small penis have for breakfast? Well, I had bacon and eggs. Anyway, flashback. And
wow.
Yeah.
I can't believe somebody remembered that.
Yeah, so that's the thing. It's like fucking Ifant Mon, Joe. I can't get it out of my fucking... I can't.
Elephant Man?
I can't dump the worthless shit and retain the useful. Otherwise, I've been watching Tenet. I've been watching...
You've understood it.
Yeah, I've understood it right now. Here's a question from Shane G. He said, first off, if you
Shane
guys...
Chi?
Already? Shit.
Damn.
KFC and Shang-Chi right in. Shane G. First off, if you guys want to know, there's even more to the hair-raising story that unfolded at my house last week.
Hair-raising.
And since you guys think it could be worthy of a movie, what would you title it? Also, I want more than a damn nickel, Chris, for a couple other questions. And then he says, has a couple other questions. So I want to know the rest of the story for sure. Anything you want to share about this story, I want to know.
That's an amazing story. It's a roller coaster.
As far as a title for it,
oh man, on the spot,
a light dusting.
Little Force of Lies.
I'm drawing a blank right now.
Well, think about it. He says, I know you guys have an affinity for different flavors of music, so here's a couple of questions for you guys about your personal tastes. What are the top 3 songs that are mandatory on your daily playlist? So we'll do that one first. So, like, I want to say this. I don't know if I have, like, it's not like a song I want to hear every day, you know? There are songs that won't bother me if they come on every day, but I won't, like, seek it out.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. Very rarely will I'm going to listen to that song. I have a playlist that I listen to. It's got, I put it on shuffle, and what happens happens.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think of stuff that I just thoroughly enjoy.
Like, I don't listen to music all the time. Like I have immediate 3 that popped in my head.
Let's hear it.
They're not necessarily the best. Bad Country. Helena. My Chemical Romance.
Okay. Oh yeah, I know you're a big fan.
Come on now, look at this. Side bang. And did I just lose it?
Yeah, I don't know.
I had one more. Oh, Don't Speak. No doubt.
Don't Speak.
I love that song so much.
So, one of mine is Name by Goo Goo Dolls.
Mm-hmm.
I love that song. I really like Whiskey in the Jar by Metallica.
Mm-hmm. I like the other one too. Like Seeger.
And Turn the Page is good. Mm-hmm. Their Turn the Page cover is really good.
Mm-hmm.
I often think about that song and think about, obviously it's about a musical performer, and I always
coming to the end of his.
Yeah, well, just being on the road really, and I think about, man, I could imagine. Like I could imagine like being a pro wrestler back in the territory days when you're literally driving town to town on your own, and the same kind of vibes.
Dude, Bob Seger's ever heard that song "Shakedown" by or
that was Eddie Money?
No,
wait.
It was used in Beverly Hills Cop 2.
No, you're right. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of something else. Yeah, Eddie Money's got a similar song.
Shake down, take down, break down, everybody.
Yeah, that's a good song. Yep. What am I thinking about? I don't know.
Yeah, for Barry's Pop Smoke, and Jay-Z.
Well, no, like it's like because it depends. Like
your mood changes, right?
Yeah, and it's like the right tool for the right job.
What was the top 3 song that came to your head just now? That's what I did because
So I'll say it was Pop Smoke, Welcome to the Party. I can listen to it all the time.
Right.
Like, it always fits. If I'm angry, it works. If I'm happy, it works.